What's up, man? Welcome to, this is an episode, not even an episode, this segment of my YouTube is called Gotti Chats. This is where we just go live from the car on our way to do whatever our daily duties are, or to the store, or to get food, whatever the case is. And we get into some shit. And we finna get into some things right now. First, I want to just say thanks to everybody that been watching the YouTube, everybody that's been supporting. I've been seeing it. I just want to say thank you. Secondly, it's Gotti Chats, man, so let's talk. So, man, I'm really, over these Atlanta barbers. I'm really over the barbers. It's just, for one, y'all don't really cut. Ever since I've been in Atlanta, it's Halloween weekend. I got to work one music fest, and you telling me you can't cut my hair. Or you can cut it, but I got to come on your time frame of when you available. But I booked my appointment around the time that you said you would be available. Man, I'm just over the Atlanta barbers. I'm really over the Atlanta barber scene. Nobody know how to cut here. Everybody use the black spray. They don't line you up first. I can understand, you want to give somebody a little enhancement or whatnot. Go ahead and do it, but do it the correct way. Line me up first so that when I go to sleep, or if I walk out here and some wind hit me, or somebody just magically throw some water on me, or slime on your head Nickelodeon time, I ain't gotta worry about my hairline being gone. So it's then y'all want to charge an arm and a leg, y'all want to charge $60 for a cut, then be expecting a tip when you ain't did nothing. Looking at this video, you in Atlanta, and you a real barber, man, hit me up in the comments or DM me on Instagram. That's Kev Gotti with 3 I's, KEVGOTTIII. You know what I'm saying, man? Let me know, because I need a new barber, and I need a reliable barber at that. Say, man, look, I just want to say this. Don't copy what you think is popping. Don't see somebody else making moves or doing things and you run and follow suit. It's very, 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 very disrespectful for one to be, trying to walk in shoes that another person is walking in that hasn't really even made it. You know what I'm saying? You may think this person has made it, or you may feel like, this person has X, Y, and Z from the outside looking in, and they may have that. But it's not okay to steal or bite another person's style because you see what's working for them. Everything that works for one person not gonna work for you. I just think we need to stay in our lane, and I've said this before on Beyond the Fences. We have got to stay in our lane. There's a calling for everybody. YouTube, I feel like, is based off the person. Now, when it comes to podcasting and all this other stuff, it's everybody is trying to do it. What happened to y'all waking up with dreams with aspirations of being doctors and firefighters and dog catchers, whatever the case is? I know when I was growing up, my dreams and aspirations was to be an actor, to be on radio, anything involving public speaking, journalism, all of these things tied back to what I'm doing today. Now, I have ventured off and recreated myself in different lanes and different avenues, but everything said I wanted to do all along, I'm continuing to try to do that. So I hate when somebody see you doing something and they want to jump down on it, man. That shit is annoying as hell. My path is not your path. The steps that I have to take are not the steps that you gonna take. The size shoes I wear is not the same size shoes you gonna wear. Because I didn't create this. Pookie down the street didn't create it. Tanya from the block didn't create it. You feel what I'm saying? We didn't create it, but don't come trying to do the same type of content. Don't come trying to bite the style. You feel what I'm saying? Don't come acting like you sitting around because you really supporting and you watching, but at the end of the day, you got a whole backup plan to go do your own type shit. You feel what I'm saying? It's weird. It's really weird, and it's just weird. Now that I've been doing podcasts, I actually love podcasting. Podcasting, I feel like, is the best form to do. Being at radio gonna always be radio. Radio gonna always be respected by me, and not only me. I feel like people that really appreciate the music industry, I feel like real artists from a certain point, I feel like real artists that come from a certain era, they respect radio. And I think radio just has a certain level to it that podcasting does not. You know what I'm saying? Podcasting is just not the same form. And I would say this, when I went to my radio interview, he was like, well, why radio if you have a podcast? You know, most people leave radio to go do podcasting because they can control the narrative. They can control what's being talked about. I said, well, hey, look, if you follow my podcast or you know anything about my podcast, I'm not doing podcasting because I want a pod. I'm doing, my podcast is damn near like a radio show. I do call and responses where, you know, people can dial in, or previously to the show, I got this anonymous bid where, you know, they leave me questions or just things to get advice on, or just want to tell me something and hear feedback on it. I have segments like that. I have the trending topics. I have the top 10 music. You know, I ain't playing the music queued up, the 8 at 8 and the 9 at 8. I'm not doing that. But I do have the music queued, and I read out what's the trending music and what's the latest and what's the greatest. So, I mean, for me, I've always trained myself and prided myself on doing a pod show that is familiar to radio, because that's what I would like to do. That's what I want to do, and that's what I'm going to do. So I feel like a person like me, I never really had opportunities that a lot of people had. And that's not to say anything bad, because I don't not appreciate anything that, you know, was in the cards for me. I think we all have cards, and it's our own paths, and at the end we'll have a story to tell behind it. But I just don't feel like I had a lot of opportunities that a lot of people had. So I was forced to figure things out by studying the game, watching, and then just taking with that knowledge and putting it all together to puzzle what I think is the correct way and what is the right way. So I would say everything that I've done, I didn't have nobody to look up to or nobody to train me until like 2021. I don't feel like I ever had nobody in radio that I said I can follow behind, I can trail behind, or they do this, I gotta do this when I get on air. I've created my own lane. I've created my own way of doing things. Segments like this, though, I'll be going live in the car and talking about certain things. So, Nicki Minaj. Nicki changed her album date to her birthday, December 8th. What was y'all thoughts about it? What did y'all think? I personally think that it makes more sense, but it don't make sense. The reason why I start with why I think it don't make sense. I think it don't make sense because, you know, she said it was because of the vinyls. So a lot of speculations allegedly that, you know, she just didn't want to drop on the same day as Wayne because of sales. I already told y'all, I don't think I put that video out yet. I don't think that it has anything to do with sales. I think that it would have been great for the culture. I think it would have been a great look for the Young Money, Cash Money brand. Like, just two artists dropping on the same day, and we have deemed Wayne as the new GOAT, you know, outside of Jay, and we have deemed Nicki the queen. You know, you have Kim and all that, but we have deemed them two the king and queen of pretty much this era, this time period in those times. But Wayne is now, I think, considerably the king of rap. I think Nicki is the queen of female rap at this time. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that would have been a great look. I really feel like that would have been a great look for the brand. But I understand it's other things and logistics that go behind it. You know, other stuff with the music. So I definitely get that. I just hope that in her pushing her album back, I know she said it was due to vinyls, but I just hope that we get more, because I was starting to feel like we wasn't getting anything. I was starting to feel like, you know, it was just, the date was just going to approach, which is approaching quickly, and the album was going to come out. You know, we've been getting these surprise things from Nicki and the fan mails on every Pink Fridays. See Nicki outside. You know, I know that she's probably changing the album, probably changed it 18 times. But y'all want to know some real stuff? Sidebar. I would like to hear the album that Nicki recorded when she did that freestyle, and she was like, I think it was Barbie Going Bad, and she was like, the label hit me, said they wanted me to do the 15th thing. I got in the studio and did the 15th thing. And then they said they wanted to drop your single. I said, no, you know, radio already trying to blackball a bitch. When you legendary, you need to shine no matter what. You need to shine no matter what. Like, I would love to hear that album. Like, you know, we got Bomb Bomb out the chambers. We got y'all got the Nicki Hendrix song and Juice WRLD, like she played on live. But I would like to hear that body of music. I would like to hear the space that she was in then, because it was so much going on. So I know that the raps were crazy. So, you know, this still is the 5th album because nothing came out since then. And I just wonder what the name would have been. Like, I wonder all of these things, and I think that's where the documentary piece comes into it. Like, why we not seeing this, Nicki? We already don't got you outside. I mean, she is popping on Instagram and, you know, doing the lives with Kai Sin and Funny Marco. Just like the second time she went on there with Funny Marco, you know, and them hitting at them doing the interview. But, bro, I fuck with Marco. Marco got a whole brand. Marco is lit. But is Marco really gonna get the questions that we want out of Nicki? You know what I'm saying? I want to see Nicki do Crown Elliott. I want to see Nicki sit down with Ebro. I want to see Nicki do one of those interviews that she was doing during Pink Print era, the Queen era, when she was sitting down and, you know, being face to face with the fans. Now, that was after the albums dropped, but I do feel like we should get something leading up to the album. Like, Pink Friday, the original Pink Friday was everywhere. The original Pink Friday was like smashed in our faces. You know, everybody knew about it. Everybody was talking about it. I just don't feel like, if we're doing the nostalgia of it all, I just feel like, you know, bring us back in. Because for so long, I feel like, we've been getting music. She's been talking to us or whatever, but I miss the personalized. I miss seeing Nicki. Like, I want to see Nicki day-to-day life. I want to see the documentary. You know, the documentary's supposed to be come out. And the way I'm thinking now, we not even gonna see that stuff. And I feel like that was just going to elevate us and put us even closer. Like the Pink Print documentary, the documentary that came out around it, that's not the name of it. It's My Time Again, I believe, was because it was My Time. Don't quote me, we're not even gonna say the name. But the documentary that came out around the Pink Print time, I feel like, you know, was real personal. It was sad. She had just went through a breakup. You know, we saw that. We got very personable with it. All right, like a year and a half. Probably, it's been 2 years at this point. I'm not even gonna say a year and a half. 2 years, Nicki. Probably going on 3. When, you know, it was like, oh, the trailer. They put out the trailer for the documentary, and they said we'll be getting it soon. I honestly and truly, I don't think we're gonna ever see that footage, because I feel as though a lot of time has passed. Now, she may put the footage in there of her and Kenny getting married, because I remember she was like, oh, it was time to grow up, and then they did show the bride and but I just don't feel like we're gonna get a lot of that information and things that was gonna be in the other documentary, like with the Meek situations and all of that. Not saying that anybody want to hear that stuff, because it was a very toxic relationship. But I mean, I just feel like Nicki, what a stick. She's putting out music, which I appreciate. I don't know no rap chick 15 years in that's still, you know, supplying us and doing that aspect of it. But I feel like we got to get personal. We still have to be personable with our fans. And, you know, we was getting the AMP shows, which was very personal, but AMP is over. And we're not even talking about that, because I already know y'all gonna come at me and say that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about as far as album time, album rollout. I just don't feel like we're getting that stuff. Not saying that it's not coming, because the perfume is coming. She changed the date, so it announced the perfume. I know the women will love that, but man, give me the documentary. What a freestyle at, Nicki. I don't know, stick situation. So I feel like changing the date at the end of the day buys more time to do more things, and, you know, not have to feel rushed if she's still working on Pink Friday 2, which I definitely think she is. Nicki changes shit every day. I wish albums were like they were back in the day, when you had to turn that bitch in. Once you turn it in, that's that. Lyrics, doing nothing that you can just go in the studio and juice, pull it up, let me redo it. You know, I feel like, I just feel like once we get to overthinking, and it's not even with music, I feel like when everybody gets to overthinking that's when things change. Like, I feel like that first mile, we gotta go to our first mile. Stuff be good, it be raw, it be real. It's okay to do minor tweaks, challenges, especially if you hear stuff, but to keep re-recording, I don't like this song, give me another beat of this, that, and the third. I know how stressful that can be. And, you know, not knowing what fans want to hear because you got so many and we have so many opinions. I don't know. I'm just ready for the album. That's all I can say. I'm ready for the album. I don't in no way, shape, or form think I'm gonna be disappointed at all, and I won't be disappointed because it's Nicki fucking Minaj. Now, everything leading up to the album, I do feel like I should have an opinion on, and I should have a right to have an opinion on. I shouldn't be condemned for having my fucking opinion. I already know the bar pages on Twitter, y'all push narratives all day that's BS. So I should be able to sit over here and say what I got to say and be left in peace. Another thing, somebody asked me why I don't have a bar page. I would never have a bar page. I have too much going on for myself, and I respect Nicki on a level that where I give her, I talk about her all the time, and it's always positive. So the same way you bar pages you want to follow, I feel like I should get a follow on my platform that is pro Barb and support Barb and Nicki, because, you know, if we banding together and we sticking together, let's stick together. I can't get my notoriety by having a fan page and living under the AI of Nicki Minaj. I just can't. No diss to the next person, but I can't get anywhere like that. I don't have time to do that when I have my own path that I'm trying to follow. So that's why. I mean, I feel like it's certain levels and shit that you take stuff to. I just feel like a bar page take it extremely too far. But I do support a lot of the bar pages, like Black Barbie, who was on F. I supported the fuck out of her. It's like we continue to put these narratives out of these beefs with her or the artists and shit like that, and it be the fan pages. It be the Nicki fan pages. Like, I just don't get it. So yeah, I've always tried to support it, but it's just like some of them do dumb, goofy shit. And when you do clownery, it come back and bite your ass. Nah, like, I just really feel like, you know, it just be clownery. So I don't really like the shit that half of the bar pages do. For the barbs, this is for the barbs. Real question though, do y'all really think, not do y'all really think, have y'all put thought behind that this may be Nicki's last project? Cash Money getting 6 albums, no bitch nigga on a bitch album. You niggas apologize when a nigga diss you? That's a big problem. Y'all don't remember her saying that on All Things Go? So this is the 5th studio album, but Queen Radio Volume 1 counted as an album that was released. I need to go back and check the credits, but that counted as an album, which made it considerably the 5th. Cash Money getting 6 albums. Have y'all really thought that but have y'all thought about that? Or am I just alluding too much? Because it just seems like, okay, Pink Friday, we started Pink Friday 2. It's a great way to just like end it. Your debut and your final. Like, I think we should be worried. You know, I don't think we're at a place right now we can afford to lose somebody like Nicki. Kaya said it best. Time will tell, and it's been continuing to tell. Like, we have these timeless tracks. The people that's out, I don't see the long. That's 6 albums when you count Pink Friday 2. Now, Nicki has been heavily promoting heavy on it, so she could be releasing music under that. But it seems to me that this may be Nicki's last album, possibly even with Cash Money. the Cash Money, Young Money universe. Like, this could be the end of an era, and I don't think we're paying attention to it. Her way, which is the greatest gift in the world as an artist. You're being able to control your narrative. But I feel like she has to remember that personability that, is that a word? Personability? I believe so. Personability that the fans like. The interviews we like. The freestyle we want. The doc we need. You know what I'm saying? Like, just certain key things that are missing. And all that boils down to sales. Why should fans be expected to go above and beyond, but the artist is not going above and beyond? Different. And it's not even just Nicki. There's so many artists now that just not giving us nothing. We're not getting anything. We're getting the bare minimum. Here go the music. Go buy it. Go stream it. Then if I don't make sales, let me get online and cry and bitch about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. The industry in a weird place. A very, 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 very weird place. Minaj, I don't necessarily think, I think it'd be great for both of, I think it'd be great for Marco brand because he got a name like Nicki's. And I think it'd be great for Nicki brand because Marco has a large following. But do I think it would be a great interview? No. I really don't. Because I don't think we're gonna get any other questions answered that we want, or those really personal fan questions that we get and the things that we like to hear, like people like Crown Elliott will ask. You know, when she did a Genius interview, people that gonna actually do the homework and study. Now those things did come post after the album, so we could be getting those interviews, but I just, for it to have to been so long, and y'all can get mad about it or cancel me, whatever, because I know how the barbs go. But I'm still Nicki fan. But I should be able to, at this point in my life, I'm a grown ass man. I should be able to speak out and not be condemned. But for it to have been this long, and for us to be getting this mild rollout, I don't like it. And I will say mild, because the surprises, okay, I appreciate the music. But can we go talk to somebody? Can you go tell Charlamagne about himself? Y'all gonna be cool, y'all gonna be what? Go let Ebro talk his shit. Go to the radio. Let's get hints of what might be on this album. Let's get a production behind it. Queen Radio is not here no more. I don't know what home you may be taking it to, but as in present time, Nicki, the fans deserve that at minimum. At minimum. You have a child, you have a husband. Things are different. But if we're gonna be out here and we're gonna be showing up and doing what the fuck we got to do, Nicki, can we please just get you to do what you gotta do? I would be happy right now with the interview, the freestyle, and a date for the documentary. That's it. If Nicki gave us the documentary date, she dropped the freestyle, and she did an interview. We're missing the personality piece from the artist. Yes, she have Queen Radio, but that's Nicki controlling the narrative. That's Nicki saying what she wants to say, when she want to say it, answering the questions that she want to answer, looking at the bar pages that got all these followers that's not asking the real shit, but get offline and feed and fuel beefs between other female artists that keep the bullshit going. But the questions are the real niggas and the real bitches out here that want to know certain shit and want to hear certain shit that keeps them connected to their favorite artists. We're not getting that. We're not. It's album time. Let's be personable. Let's feel each other. I can't get out what I got to say in the comments on fucking Amp, on Queen Radio, on Twitter, because I'm not I don't have a barred page. My Twitter IV is not Nicki Minaj. My Twitter IV is me with a fucking mic, because I have my own platform that I'm trying to advance and make. But when she do answer y'all questions, it's bullshit. Or when I see the questions that y'all are writing, or the shit that y'all are spewing up in the media, it's bullshit. It's mess. It's nothing about music. It's nothing about anything. Bum Bum released. Okay, cool. The next week, they want something else. You drop before the barbs. Let us get the documentary. Let us see what the fuck is going on. That draws us in. That draws us to you. Now, I'm speaking early. The date just changed. You announced the perfume. You announced the tour will go available on the original album date. Well, that ain't even the original album date. The original album date was October. The second album date, 11/17. You know, you said you're gonna put up the tour, announce the tour, whatever. So it's like, okay, by you changing the date, it seemed like we have got more time, but we need those other things. But this was just another Gotti chats, car rants. You know, I miss doing them on amp because I can be here just talking about shit like I'm on a telephone, and now it's back video recording, which I don't got a problem with it. You know, I'm used to it. But yeah, y'all gonna get a video right after this one. It's gonna be it's gonna be my reaction to the City Girls on the Breakfast Club interview. I have a newfound respect for the City Girls, so I'll talk about that a little bit more in the chambers tonight. I'm gonna post that up. That's gonna be a late video. But yeah, y'all stay tuned, man.